Now, how many of you are already good in Excel?
Uh, Hi Razarohan here.
Yeah, Rohan.
So good in the sense like if I need to rate myself out of 10, I can say 5 to 6.
Okay. So, are you able to do most of the tasks by yourself without needing to search on Google?
Excel wise, yes.
Okay, no need to search anything on Google for Excel at least.
To a certain extent, yes. But yes, I do search on Google, not everything.
Okay.
For example, I can say all the formulas, most of the formulas I use on daily basis when I work in my organization. And if there is a critical formula that we need to match, then I do seek help from YouTube or Google.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. So I think everyone knows Excel very well over here, or at least a basic understanding of Excel.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So now I would like to introduce you to Power Query and Power Pivot by relating it with Excel. Because Excel you already know, so it would be easier for you to understand what is the Power Query and Power Pivot. So now even going further, I would like to know whether any one of you is already knowing what is Power Query, Power Pivot, or it is totally new to you.
It will be new.
Okay, Monica.
I know little about this. Means something I am working on this Power Query.
Okay, little bit knowledge about Power Query. Okay, and what about rest?
It is all new for me.
All new for you. Okay, so you would be thinking, no, what is all the fuss about Power Query? Why everyone is talking about Power Query nowadays, and why it is so useful? So such type of thoughts would be coming into your mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see what is Power Query. First of all, Rohan.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just want to know how to enable full screen because I'm just seeing participants on a small screen that you are sharing.
Okay, see what you can do is you can just click on the window.
Shut it down.
Are you able to see the three dots?
Yes.
Okay, just click over there.
Full screen on.
And there is a full screen option.
Yes.
Yeah, so you will be able to see everything. And if you click on the cut button on the right hand side, people would be they would be hidden. So even further, you will be able to see a bigger screen.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So let us continue then. So basically, see, we can say that Power Query is a next version of Excel, or we can say improvement to Excel. It is included in Excel also, but it is a betterment from Excel. Now, how we would be seeing that with a few examples. So let's take one example over here. Let's say what we want is months over here, Jan, and let us drag it up till here. Okay, and here let us write sales. Let us put a function over here 1, 100. So these are the random values that are coming. Okay, now if you want over here a new column, which would be a cost, which is 60% of the sales, then what you would be doing? You would be adding a formula like this, multiplied by 60%. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir. Okay, so you would be doing this and double clicking over here. So once you double click, you would be seeing that this has been filled up till down. Now you already know that your base data is this, and this is a formula. Now because this is a formula, there always runs a risk of deleting this formula. Like if someone deletes that, then what to do? Yeah. Anyone can delete this, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and anyone can read also this directly from here. Okay. Now the second thing is when someone adds a new data, for example, December, and let us write 25 over here. Yeah, so it also comes automatically. But sometimes it doesn't come automatically because it depends upon the intelligence of Excel. So in that case, you need to fill it down. For example, if it is not coming, then what you need to do? Control D and it gets filled to down. Or either what you can do, you can double click over here to fill it down. Right? Okay. Now let us take alternate in Power Query. So let us delete this. Now if you want to do the same operation in Power Query, let's see how to do. First of all, we would be converting this into a table. First of all, we would be converting it into a table. So basically, this is just a demonstration. I'm just doing a demonstration to you. So don't worry, everything you would be seeing in detail when our class starts. So right now, we would be pressing Alt APT and now we would be getting a new window called Power Query. So once we open the Power Query window, we would be able to see various options available over here at the top. Right? So these are the various options that we can use. Now on the left hand side, there is a table. This is the same table that we just created. And here is the formula bar. And this is the result that we are able to see. Yeah, this is the result that we are able to see. Now, what we want to do is, we want to create a new column over here. So what we need to do, we would be putting let over here, TBL1 equal to, and thereafter in TBL1. So basically what we are doing, we are writing a M language over here. What is this language called? What is this language
M
called?
language.
M language, exactly. So M language works like this, like there is an input, there's an input and whatever you write in, this is the output. So now if you want to add a new column, then what you can do is, you can just write a new variable and write table.add column, and now you can write TBL1 because that is a previous step. That is a previous step, TBL1, and now we can specify which column name we want. So we want the column name to be a cost, right? You remember, na? What name did we give earlier?
Yes, sir.
Cost? Yeah. So in cost, what we need to do? We need to do sales multiplied by 60%. So we would be writing sales in square bracket, and here multiplied by 0.6 like this. And now in answer we want TBL2, that is this. So if we click outside, you would be able to see a new cost column coming over here. Are you able to see a new column?
Yes, 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 sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now in Excel what happens, that at one particular point of time we are able to see only one result. If we want to go one step before, then what we need to do? We need to do undo.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, undo. But undo works only when we have not saved the file. If we are saving the file, then we wouldn't be able to do the undo. Or if we are opening it first time, then we wouldn't be able to do undo. But here we are able to see the options, like if we want that table 1 result should be displayed, then just change in the output TBL1. So now the previous result would be displayed. And if you want to see the new result, just write 2 over here. So it would be displaying you second result. Now if you want to add another column, say for example profit, then what you can do is just copy this, paste this over here. Now here we would be changing the name to 3 like this. Yeah, and here we would be saying that it should be taking the previous result, and now it would be like 4.40. So cost is 60% and profit is 40%. So once you do like this, you just need to show that you need to show third answer, third table. So once we press 3, you would be able to see sales was original table, cost is calculated and profit is calculated. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah. Now if you want to go before, just type 2, then one step before. If you want to go one step even more before, just type 1 and you would be able to come over here. So basically here what we are doing, we are using the M language. We are using the
M language.
Now the thing that we did right now, it can be done by using the interface also. That is this interface also we can do. Now let's see how to do that. So first of all, let us say duplicate. So it would be creating a duplicate copy of it. And let us paste this. So this we are pasting. So this is the original step that we are having. Right? Now we need to add the cost column. What we need to add?
Cost column.
So we will be going to add column because we need to add a new column. Therefore, we are going over here. So this is a graphic user interface that we are using. Normally in the class, we would be focusing on the M language itself. We wouldn't be focusing on the tool based. Why? Because the tool based have various limitations and we are not able to do each and everything over here. So if we want to do each and everything and we want to have the total command over it, then we need to learn the M language. So that's why, but because this is a demo and you need to see the difference, how both the things work, I'm showing both the things. So in the previous example, what we used, we directly used the M language to calculate the columns, right? But in this example, what we would be doing, we would be using the tools available over here. So here we select, we clicked on add column and now we are clicking on custom column like this. So once we click on custom column, it is asking the name of the column. So we are writing cost. And over here, what we wanted, sales multiplied by 0.6. So the formula we are writing over here. Now, if you click on OK, you would be able to see a new step added over here. And this cost is coming over here. Yeah. Now, similarly, we want to add a profit column also. So how we can add? Just go to custom column again. And here we will be writing, profit. This time profit. And the formula would be sales multiplied by 0.4. Okay. So we have got the profit as well over here. Now you can see the difference of the M language and what has been created automatically by the Power Query window. So this is the automatic version and this is the Power Query version that we have done, M language version that we have done. So over here there is only one source. How many sources are there?
One source.
One source, one step. And over here how many steps are there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Two step.
So total 3 steps because source is also one step, 2 step and 3 step. Yeah. Now what happens that in reality when we are doing, we tend to create multiple steps by doing this. So there is list of steps that are available over here, which makes our Power Query difficult to manage, right? Because the number of steps would be there, it would be difficult to manage, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now here all the steps are included into a single step. So what is there that if you want to do anything, any changes, then we can directly do. For example, if we want to get in our final result the answer of table 3, then we can just write it over here. Then we would be getting this answer. So this is the step number 3. If we want from 2, then we are doing like this. We are getting the answer of second step. If we want first step, then just do like this. You would be able to see the answer of the original step. Now here if you want to do the same, what we can do is, if here we need to do the same, then what we need to do, we need to again use the M language. For that, we need to add a new step, and over here we can write the name of the step that we want. For example, if you want source, then you would be writing source over here. If you want edit custom, then you need to write edit custom over here. So now you may think that both are slightly different way of doing things, right? But why we can't use this? I'm not telling that you can't use this, but doing this, you would have to name it again. For example, if you want to name it, then you need to name it, because this is a generalized name. Edit custom is a generalized name. So you need to rename this. So normally what people do is they give a name like cost column, right? Because we added a cost column, right? And they write here, right click and rename. Profit column. But still, if you want to go step beyond or before, then it becomes little difficult for us to manage. So this is the first thing that for which we use M language. Is the first point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now all the steps are available over here, right? Now sometime we need that this step should come over here. This step that we are writing inside, that is TBL1, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3 should come outside. Then what we generally do is, we go to home, and here there is an advanced editor. Here there is a advanced editor, right? So here what is written? Source is equal to, so we delete this, and here also we delete this. So once we delete this and OK, then you would be able to see one second. Yeah, so let TBL, okay, let us write TBL3 over here. Yeah, so once you return TBL3, you can see all the tables are coming over here, TBL1, TBL2 and TBL3. So it doesn't mean that if you are writing in a single thing, you cannot see the steps over here. If you want to see the steps, you can just do some changes and you would be able to see the steps. Is it clear?
So how these steps shown?
That I would be teaching you in the class, but the thing is, are you able to see that we can use it both the ways? We can use it step by step also if you want to see steps over here, and we can use it over here also. Now if you want to convert it again, then what we can do is, we can just go over here and type let we can take a variable. The variable name is let us say AFC case. Okay, that is our institute name. So AFC case is equal to this, and over here we can type in AFC case. So earlier it was source, now it should be AFC case. So you can see now AFC case is coming instead of source. So why I am able to do this? Because I know M language. Because I know M language, I am able to do this. So this exactly M language is very precious. Everyone should know M language. Whosoever are working in Power Query, they should be knowing M language. Only then they would be able to do wonders. Is the first part clear?
Yes.
Okay, now the second part. Now if we close this, it would be asking whether you want to keep it or discard it. So we are doing keep it. Okay, so you can see the result coming over here, and this is our original table, right? This is our original table. Which one? This one is the original table. Now in January 87 is written. Now let us do 100 over here and go over here and refresh it. Right click and refresh. So once we have done this, automatically the data has been refreshed. Like in pivot table also we need to refresh, right? If you want to refresh the data, we just refresh it. So it comes.
Yes.
Okay. Now I told you that there is one problem, like if someone deletes this, then what would happen? If someone deletes this, then what would happen? Then just right click and refresh again. Then automatically this result would come again. Isn't it nice?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say if some more content is added over here, like alpha, beta, gamma, and we are writing here some more things like this and this. Okay, so alpha, beta, gamma we have added. So just you need to right click over here and refresh it. So once you refresh it, you would be able to see the same thing coming over here also. Is it okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now let us see one thing. Let's say for example, if a company now adds a new region column over here. Okay. So here they are writing north, east, west, and south. Now let us refresh and see what happens. So see, region also came over here. So what does this mean? Adding this didn't broke our logic. Still we are getting cost and profit over here.
Right.
Yeah. So see, in Excel, if we are doing the same thing in Excel, then we need to be sure that the formulas are coming till down also. So this is the first thing that we need to ensure. The second thing is the formulas can be deleted. Yeah, the formulas can be deleted. And the third thing is the formulas are visible over here, like B2 into 0.60. But the formulas are not visible over here. Just see in the formula bar, you can just see the values over here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the benefit? No need to drag the formulas. Formulas are not visible dynamically adds rows and columns. Calculation is easy. So do you agree with these points? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now in Excel, we are taking the data from same book, from a different sheet. Yeah, but many a times we need to take the data from a different file. For example, we want to take the data from a different file available over here. So let's say, for example, new Excel. Let us write 001 over here. Now, for this, how to do? Let's go to the area first. and now duplicate. Let's write file dot contents. Let us paste the path over here. I think this is the only path, right? So once we click over here, we automatically get the table. Yeah. So if we are using the Power Query, then we would be accessing the row and we would be accessing the column like this. So we would be getting directly the answer. Now that there is no data available over here. Okay, we have created just the empty now. So let us create a data over here. So how to create a data? Just close this. Okay. So we have not created any data na, in the 001. So let us create some data over here. So let us write region over here, north, east, west, south, and here write sales, rent between 1 to 1000, copy and paste special values. Okay, and now let us close this. So we have closed this. So what we have done?
Added data and
Added data over there, right? Now previously our data, there was no data, so it was showing blank. Now just right click and refresh. Now let's see what happens. Isn't it nice?
Perfect.
Yeah, so automatically it pulled the data from the different file and we got the answer. But here you can see we want this in a header over here. Yeah?
Yes.
So for that, there are two things that we can do. The first thing is we can use this option, use first row as a header. So if you would be doing this, it would be giving you like this. Is it clear?
Yes.
A step. But we do not recommend this. We do not recommend this. We recommend you to do differently. Now let's see how. First of all, let us go to the advanced and delete the previous steps. So these were the previous steps. So let us delete them. Okay. Okay, so here there is only one. Okay, now what we recommend you to do is just start with a let and end block like this. And thereafter you need to add a step. So we would be adding table number 2, table dot promote headers, and in this TBL1, and in the output just change the output like this. So once you do, you can see the region and sales are now coming in the header. The region and sales are now coming in the header. So you can see now this would be column 1, 2 would be replaced with region and sales like this. So is the fundamental of Power Query understood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now see, in real life scenarios are not so simple. Like your company wouldn't say like there is Excel file, you need to pull the data from there. No, there would be lot of complications over there. Like you need to pull the data, thereafter you need to join 2 or more tables together. Sometimes you need to join by only single column. Sometimes there are multiple columns which you need to concatenate and thereafter join. Right? Sometimes you need to append the data one below another. Sometimes in a folder there are multiple files. You need to select only few files out of those and you need to combine them. Sometimes you need to combine on the basis of a criteria. There are lot many things that in reality people are facing. So if you are using just tool based, it becomes very messy. Do you want to see the mess, how the mess is created by using inbuilt functions of Power Query?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me show you one example. So this is one file. Let us copy this. Let us create a folder over here like this. Let us not give it a name. New folder is okay. Now let us paste this file multiple times. Copy, one second. Copy and paste it multiple times. Okay, so we have just copied the same file multiple times, right? Now what we want to do is we need to read the data from all the three files. We need to read the data from all the three files. Now what people generally do is they go over here, data, and they go over here, get data from file and from folder. How many of you are doing like this? If you are already using Power Query, then how many people are going over here and doing the same?
Yes, sir. I am doing it the
You are
same way.
doing? Okay. So let's
I'm
use this
also.
option. This is not recommended option, but you can do if you don't know. So this is the new folder. So we are just copying the name of the new folder and we are pasting it over here like this. Okay. So it got the folder. So it is showing you how many files are there. We need to combine them, or whatever we need to do, we can do like this. So it would be combining it on its own. No doubt there are several problems in it, but let's see. Okay, now we need to combine the sheet 1 and thereafter okay. So it is processing the query. It is asking us where we need. So we want in a new table, new sheet. So this data is coming over here. You can see the source name is coming over here. The region name is coming and the values is coming, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this we have got, but there are a lot of things that need to be done, like this need to be replaced .xlsx, or it might be possible that in the report this name is not needed, a different name is needed, right? This need to be removed. So likewise there are various steps required. Now let us open this and see what happened actually in the background. Oh my God, see what happened. How many folders got created? One folder, two folder, this file, parameter, this, and this. How many steps got converted? Multiple, right?
Yes.
So do you think if you need to pull the data from 15 folders, would this be manageable?
No.
Yeah, because there would be a lot of cluttering, right?
Right.
Okay, so now let us do one thing. Let us delete them and let me show you how to do this manually. Delete. Okay, so now we have deleted this. Now we would be doing the same thing. So now this would be gone. Yeah, now this is not required. So let us delete this. Now let us go over here and see how to do it in a right way, right manner. So first of all, let us take a duplicate copy of it, or let us start with a blank query instead. So delete this and here we are having the option to create a blank query. So this is a blank query that has been created. Now is equal to folder dot contents. Now which is a folder? So this is a folder. Just click outside and you have got all these files together. Is it clear?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
So no need to have multiple files over there. Now let us put let over here, tbl1 over here, and in tbl1. So this is a basic structure that we are following. So this would be giving the same result. Now in this we are just interested in two columns, that is the name and content. So what we can do is we can just write tbl2 is equal to table dot select columns, because we need to select columns, right? That's why. Now we can specify directly like which columns we want. So first column we want name and second column we want content, and in the answer we can give that we want this as an answer. So once you do like this, see, just writing this, we have just got two columns over here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now about the third step. So third step is tbl3. So we need to transform the columns. So we will be writing dot.
Sir, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Can you please specify a TBL as a in brief? Like, is it a columns like content we select, or in TBL what is it exactly? TBL.
TBL is just a variable.
Okay.
Yeah, TBL is just a variable that we have given. We can give any name.
Got it.
You can write D1, D2, D3, P1, P2, P3, Rohan 1, Rohan 2, Rohan 3, or whatever you want.
Okay.
So this type of coding you would not be able to see anywhere in the across the globe. So if you see any YouTube video or anywhere, you wouldn't be able to see this. Why? Because this we have done by our own research, AFCK's research. So this is a special technique that we have done after a lot of wrongdoing, after a lot of mistakes. So this is one of the best way that you can do the Power Query coding.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, most welcome. So we need to transform the column. So which column we need to transform? TBL2. So what operation we want? We want in the content column. So we are putting content column over here. And what you want? You want excel.workbook from this. So once you do like this, just put 3 over here. And now this would become a table. And once this has become a table, you just need to expand this column. So tbl4 is equal to table dot expand table column. tbl3, and which column we need to expand? Content. So just write like this and you would be able to see content. Yeah, spelling is correct, no? Yeah, actually we want the name of the column as well. So no problems. Just go to the previous step, TBL3. So how many columns are there?
2 columns.
Yeah. See, first of all, here one more step you would be adding 0 and here data. Yeah, so are you able to see in the preview? So this is the preview that we are able to see. So in the preview, are you able to see this?
Yes.
Region and other things. Now there is an error also because it is clubbing desktop.ini also. This is not the file that we want. Right? Because in the same folder, this is also a file. Are you able to see this file?
Yes.
We don't want to include this file. So what we can do is, we can add a filter over here. So Power Query is very powerful. You can add whatever you want step. So just write table dot select columns. Sorry, select rows. Because we need to select rows, right? That's why. and here TBL4. And here what is our condition? Our condition is that text dot contains, because we don't want to find exact thing. We want to find the inside. If the name includes XLSX, only then we need, right? So see, if in this name only XLSX is there, only that file we want to include. We don't want to include this INI file, right? So that's why we are writing like this, .xlsx. So what it would be doing is, it would be just giving you answer. Let us write third number over here. Okay. So it would be just giving you only these tables. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Now just we want to expand these columns. So how to expand? Just write TBL6 next step is equal to table dot expand table column, because this is a table column, right? So TBL5 comma, and what is our column name? Our column name is content. Just replace the step, final step, and here yeah, actually there is one step that I missed, so I would be writing, okay, which were the two columns over there?
Sales and region.
Okay, so we would be writing in curly brackets, sales region and sales. And there was another column also, no? One second, no? TBL number 5. Yeah, let us go to the previous tab. Okay, so we were over here. No, actually see, over here you can see the columns are not region and sales. The columns are column 1 and 2.
Oh yes, correct.
Yeah, so here what we need to do before doing this, we need to promote the headers. Right now, we need to promote the headers now, right?
Right.
Yes.
So what we need to, what does this mean? This means that before this step, there should be another step. So let us put another step over here instead of this. So that step would be promoting the headers. How? Let's see. So table dot transform columns. Table dot transform columns. Okay. So TBL5 is our previous step, and what operation we want to do? The column is content, and in the content column, what operation we want to do? We want to promote headers. So for that, what is a formula? Table dot promote headers. Okay, so once we are putting like this, we can just see the result in the window. Content, there is some mistake over here. Yeah, I have missed each. Okay, so once you have done this, you can see now it has been promoted. Yeah, region and sales has been promoted.
Yes.
Yeah, now finally we can just write TBL7 is equal to the old code region and sales, and here it should be fetching the data from TBL6.
6.
And final answer is in 7. So now you can see, now it has been expanded and it is totally clean code. Name, region, sales, and totally clean code. Now you don't want XLSX to come over here. Then even that you can do in the steps only. So here TBL8 is equal to table dot, again transform columns, and here TBL7, that is the previous step. In the previous step, what we want to do? In which column we want to do?
From the name, we need to remove that XLSX.
Yeah, so here we need to replace, right? So here you would be
Yes.
writing text, you would be writing text dot replace.
Replace.
Yeah. In this, what we want to replace?
Dot XLSX.
Yeah. So we would be writing here dot XLSX, and that need to be replaced by nothing. Blank.
Nothing. Blank.
Yeah. So once you have done this, just do TBL8 in the answer, and you would be able to see that is gone. Yeah. So see why I am able to do all these things, because the concepts are clear. So this all the concept would be covered in the session. Any questions up till now?
No.
Okay. Now sometime we need to add serial numbers over here. So even that we can write TBL9 is equal to table dot add index column. So let's write TBL8 TBL8, and what's the new column name? Serial number, and from where to start? So initial value would be 1. So once you change the step, final step, you would be able to see the serial numbers are also coming. So I have seen round about each and every business problem we can solve by using Power Query, by using M language, this one. But it gradually becomes difficult by using this. No doubt you can see the merge query option if you want to combine multiple tables together, or append query if you want to dump multiple data one below another, or if you want to create some parameters, you can use this. You can, if you want to split the columns, you can use this. But this is just for, I can say, children's, for kids. It is just for kids. If you want to do it in a professional way, in a proper way, then M language learning is very important. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now now you will be moving to the second part. The second part is flexibility. Flexibility means many a times we need to do a single operation in multiple columns together, right? So for example, we need to go to this column and we need to do a particular operation. Thereafter this column we need to do a particular operation. But the operation is same, but we want to do in a multiple columns, right? So for that, dynamic coding is required. For that thing, dynamic coding is required. So how to do dynamic coding, that we will be learning in the session. So in the session, you will be learning not Power Query in actual. You will be learning best practices. Power Query using the best practices. What is the best practices which would help you to not to get into a trouble later on. You might have seen those people who are using Power Query must have seen automatically detect column type is coming over here, which automatically detects the column type. Has anyone seen?
Yes.
Okay. So what?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what happens that whenever we are using these options, automatically a step comes detect column types. So it automatically detects the column type. So what happens that when you actually see the detected column types, yeah. So what happens? What happens actually? See, all the columns names are coming hard coded over here. All the column names are coming hard coded over here. Let me show you one example. For that, actually, I need to make in options because I have turned off that option. So we can just turn on that option. So create relationship. detect column types. Okay. Okay, so this has been disabled over here. Okay, so Microsoft themselves understood that this option is not very useful. Okay, anyways, so when we are detecting the column type, what happens? Let me show you manually over here. So we are just selecting this. Yeah, we are just selecting this, and here there is a data type. So we can choose any data type that we want. So right now let us say text over here. So what would happen? All the things would become text. Now you can see the code over here written. In the code it is hard-coded written. Name column, region column, sales column, and so on. Right? Right?
Yeah, but serial number is text. Type
No,
text means.
I have just, for the sake of example only, don't go by the data type. I just want to show you that these names are coming fixed. These are coming fixed, right? Now,
Yes.
what the problem with this is, let me show you. What the problem with this is, if somehow you want to change the name of the column. For example, here instead of sales, you want total sales to come over here. So let's see what happens. So let us write TBL TBL10 table dot rename columns. So which tab? TBL9. And here what we need to rename? We need to rename sales column with total sales. Right? So it happens many times that we need to change the column name. Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
we have changed the column name. Now this is our last step. So if you go over here, it would be giving you error. Why it is giving you error?
Because it's searching from sales.
Yeah, it is searching sales, but sales is not available. So how to correct that? You need to change here total sales. Right? Only if you write total sales over here, it would be giving you correct answer.
Yes.
Yeah. So see, this type of things are not recommended because this thing need to be dynamic. This thing need to be dynamic. Only when your code would be dynamic, only then the end user would not feel the pinch of calling you every time. Otherwise, the end user would be calling you every time, each and every time. That, sir, ye nahi ho raha hai, madam, ye nahi ho raha hai, is tarah se, like that. Or it is giving you error. So,
Yes.
so whenever you are doing any coding, it should be totally flexible. So there are multiple things that we would be seeing. For example, many a times the column names are different than we want. So we want to replace the column names, or sometimes it happens that we need to select only few columns. Let me give you that example also. Let us take a new sheet. Okay, let us take a new sheet and let us write column headers. Header 1, and let us drag it till here. So there are 37 headers. Okay, and let us do one thing, is equal to rand between 1, 1000 and up till here, Control R, and let us fill it up till here. Now copy and paste special values and Control T. So basically this is our data, right? But in this data we don't want all the headers. We want only few headers to come. Then what people normally do is, let me show you. Alt APT. So this table is coming over here, right? Now they are selecting the columns like this. And here there are
Yes.
choose columns. Or let's say we can say remove columns. So remove other columns. So once you do remove other columns, you would be able to see like this. So over here, if you see now, then header 2, 3, 4, header 2, 4, 5, 20 and 21 are coming manually over here. So we do not recommend this type of coding. We do not recommend this type of coding. Why? Because if the user wants some other columns, then they wouldn't be able to get that. You need to change those column name over here. Right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah. So what we normally recommend is a different thing. Let me delete this and delete this also. Let us keep it. Okay. Now we normally teach the dynamic coding. Now how to make it dynamic? Let me show you. It's very easy. See, first of all, let us load it. Let us allow it to load. Okay, so we were over here. Now let's say we want this column, header 4, header 8, header 19, header 21. Okay, let's say we want this many headers. Okay, so what we would be doing is we would be putting those headers over here. Yeah, and we can give any name over here. And now we can bring this table to the Power Query. We can convert this into a list and let us give it a name, headers. Now this is our table, right? From this table we need to get our desired data. So what we need to write? Table dot select columns. Over here we would be just writing headers. So once we write headers, one second, spelling mistake. Okay, so once we do, only this many headers would be visible over here. Now let's close this. Keep. So you can see header 4, 8, 19 and 21. Right? So only these headers are coming over here. Okay. Is everyone able to see?
Yes.
Okay. Now say for example, if we want to change the order, for example, we want header number this to come over here. 21 should come over here. And over here, let's say we want 14 number to come over here. Right? Now what you need to do, just go over here, right click and refresh. That's it. Just recall that we have added 14 number column over here, right? And 21 shifted over here. So how easy it is?
Right.
So this way there are a lot of things that can be done. As per my experience, I have never faced any single business problem which can't be solved by using Power Query. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, let me give you an example.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
सर व्हाट इज द लाइक एक्सेल में लिमिट है कि इतने रोज का डेटा और वो, तो ऐसे ही पावर क्वेरी में कोई लिमिट है पावर टेबल में?
No, in Power Query there is no limit as such. The limit is restricted only till the number of rows available. You
Okay.
can see 1048576.
Yeah.
Round about 10 million. So up till 10 million you can put in a single sheet.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but if you are using the same Power Query in Power BI, because in Power BI also the same Power Query is available.
Yeah.
So doing Power Query course would not only help you to be good in Excel, but it would also help you to be good in Power BI as well.
Okay.
Because in Power BI also, if you want to do transformations, then Power Query is used. And
Yeah.
there also people normally do the same mistake. They go by tools. What are the options available over here? Pawan, थोड़ा सा आपको mute करना पड़ेगा. Yeah, thank you. So whatever options are available over here in the menus, the people use only that. But if you want to be really good at Power Query, then you need to learn M language. And not only M language, but in a proper way. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so see, whatever thing you can think about in Excel, like grouping the data, combining the data, adding calculations to it, or taking the last entry, first entry, middle entry, combining by multiple columns, or sorting the data, removing the data, or doing various type of transformations like cumulative or whatever you want to do. Everything can be done by using Power Query.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, Rohan.
If we learn Power Query, is it a need to learn VBA as well, or is it like replaced with Power Query codes?
It is a very good question. Actually, see, both are totally different things. VBA is a language, programming language, and M language is a sort of language. It is not exactly a programming language, but it is a kind of programming language. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Now VBA is different and Power Query is different. See, there are certain limitations of Power Query that you need to understand. And whenever the limitation of Power Query comes, we can overcome those limitations with the VBA. For example, now we are over here. Do you remember we imported the data from different files?
Yes.
From this file, this file, this file. Now what we want to do is we want to open this file. Then how you would be opening this file? Is there any option in Power Query to open the file?
No, exactly.
No, we cannot open the file. But of course you can write a VBA code to open this file.
Okay.
Right? You can
Yes.
always write a VBA code to open this file. So what would happen? Whenever you press a shortcut key over here, automatically this file would get opened. Right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now many a times what happens that you need to do some operations. Like you want to make a macro which would like click of a button, it should refresh. So right now what we are doing, we are right clicking over here and refreshing. Right?
Yes.
So what we want is, instead of doing this, we want to give a button over here that whenever the user clicks on this button, automatically this data should come. Is it clear? Then for
Yes.
that also you need
Yes.
VBA. Now another case. Let's say you want to give a facility to the user that if the user clicks on 742, double click over here, then a pop-up should come. And the pop-up should ask what value to be replaced. So if you write 800, then it would go into this particular file and replace 742 with 800. Because Power Query is just for reading the data, not for writing the data, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so then you would be using VBA because there is no alternative of VBA. You need to use VBA in order to do this type of things. Now let's say you want to create a form in which the users are entering and that data need to be saved, then you can't do that with the Power Query. You need to use VBA. Right?
Yes, sir. Got it. Yes.
So Power Query and VBA are not enemies or not competitors. They are like friends. How? Because we can, if we know both the things together, we know VBA also and we know Power Query also. So we can use both the things together in our projects. Just to give you example, if you want to give a pop-up to the user, are you sure you want to refresh? Then you would need VBA, right or wrong?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So for example, if you want to do this, then you would be, let's say, the macro name is message. Okay. So we are over here. Then RESP is equal to do you want to continue refresh question mark. So this is VBA, right? So here we can write VB yes no, and here we can write continue question mark and bracket close. So if RESP is equal to VB yes, then else and if. So you can write refresh code over here. Otherwise, you can just give it a message to the other person, refresh not done. Yeah. So if you want to do this type of facility, then you need to use VB only. You can't do in Power Query.
Okay. Yes.
Understood, no? So there are various things for which you would require both the things together. So you can't think that only if you learn Power Query, then it would solve your purpose. Because eventually, see, requirements are unlimited. Agree or not agree?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah. So if you do one thing, then people would come and ask you for the second thing. If you do second thing, they would ask for third, fourth, and so on. So ऐसा बोलते हैं ना, आदम की औलाद कभी भी सेटिस्फाई नहीं होती है. आदम की औलाद यानी मीन्स द फर्स्ट पर्सन हु केम टू द वर्ल्ड, राइट? Adam. So we are all the children of Adam. Normally a saying goes like this. So we never become satisfied with anything. So because of this reason, we need to learn multiple things together, and we need to combine the knowledge of everything together to do our work. So that's why both are different things. Of course, by using VB also we can do the same thing. The same work that we have done in Power Query, the same thing we can do by using VB also. But in that case, we need to think what would be easier. If Power Query is easier, then do by Power Query. And thereafter, other operation you can use by using VB. Is this in clear, Rohan?
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's yes, all clear, sir.
All clear, na? Okay. Any other question?
No.
In VBA, we can create forms also. In VBA, we can enter the data in the databases also. For example, in the Power Query, we can link the data from the databases, and we can pull the data and we can use it. We can link with Oracle, we can link with SQL Server, we can link with MySQL, we can link with JSON file, we can link with websites. There are a lot of options that are available by using Power Query. By Power Query, we can use everything together.
Yes.
Yeah. So once you would be knowing its true potential, you would think, यार इससे जबरदस्त चीज कोई हो ही नहीं सकती है.
Agreed. Definitely.
Yeah, and not only me. I would like to say that I am total fan of Power Query. Total fan. But not only me, but even our other trainers are also total fan of Power Query. Why? Because it is so powerful, so useful. Everyone is using them. Whosoever person knows this, they are using this. Even the people who are not knowing M language, still they find it very useful. Even by using tool base also, it is useful. But you can imagine, if tool base is so useful, if tool base is 20 or 10% useful, then this is 100% useful. M language, you can do anything you want.
Yes.
Because see, many operations you need to do by converting into a list. And list conversion is not available in the standard options. The standard option only deals with the tables. Now you saw now that I created a list and thereafter I used for selecting columns over here, this example. So this example is not possible by using the standard option. Correct, no?
Yes. This is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So likewise, and see, our previous Power Query course that is currently ongoing, it is also extremely valuable and very, very detailed. But the reason why I am taking this particular course is because I want to add some more things to it. Like I want to add relating to error handling also. Because while I am working with the clients, I am finding that error handling is a very tedious part. Because when the error comes, we need to know how to effectively handle the errors. Otherwise, our life becomes very difficult. Yeah. So I am going to add lot of examples of handling the errors, and also dynamic coding, and also list accumulate. So these things are like very useful. You would be using that also. Is this thing clear?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. And just one more question, if it's okay.
Yeah, please.
So how do we relate Power Query with Power BI? Just a curious question.
See, if you are using Power BI, then in the Power BI, Power Query is itself installed. No need to install it apart from that. So whenever you are pulling the data from Excel or pulling the data from SQL Server or pulling the data from Azure Cloud or anywhere, the engine that is doing the job is the Power Query.
Okay.
So if you would be knowing this Power Query right now, automatically you would know that also.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yes. It is like हम चीज एक परचेस कर रहे हैं लेकिन 1+1 फ्री मिल रहा है अपने को. We are purchasing one thing, but it is helping us in Power BI as well. So if you are already knowing Power BI, then you can directly start utilizing that. But if you don't know Power BI, then when you learn Power BI, then in that case also it would be tremendously helpful.
Yes, sir. No, I'm not aware of Power BI functionalities, but I want to learn Power Query first. I'll do that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. So, any questions in Power Query, or shall we move to Power Pivot now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is one more tool available along with Power Query. There is one more tool available, that is Power Pivot. So Pawan asked me a question: what is the limitation? What is the limitation of the data? So I told that the limitation is 10 lakh, right? But in Power Pivot data, you can add up till 40 million, 50 million, 1 crore data also from different sources. Is it clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that data also you can transform. And in why we are using Power Pivot? Because whenever we need to do the analysis in various ways, so Power Pivot comes into the picture. Like we can create DAX in that. Have you heard about DAX? DAX? So DEX,
Yes, it is also there in Power BI.
yeah,
We use it, right?
yeah, exactly. So the same DEX is available over here also. But here there is a condensed copy of it. Not all features are not available, all functions are not available, but the most important functions are available, which are related to Excel.
Okay.
So here we would be covering that part also. That is Power Pivot along with the DEX also. So DEX, and there are various use cases when we need to use DEX along with the Power Query. Like for example, you need to get data in cumulative order, but sometimes you need to get data monthly cumulative. Sometimes you want daily cumulative. Sometimes you want yearly cumulative. Sometimes you want quarterly cumulative. Sometimes you want weekly cumulative. So you need to create different functions for each every time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but if you are using this, then you can create a single and you can apply over there. So it would be applicable everywhere. So DEX is very useful for that purpose, because you need to create only once, and if you do the changes in your main data, core data, it automatically calculates. Have you heard about calculated fields in Excel? Pivot table, calculated fields?
Yeah.
So it is a advanced version of that. So actually, these things are like tremendously powerful. And after doing this, you can create various type of dashboards also, and visualization also, and present it to management. They would be more than happy seeing that.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So now I have done with the demonstration part of Power Query and Power Pivot. So any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let me share the
So Power Pivot is similar like this or different?
Power Pivot क्या? What? Sorry, Jijo.
How we are doing Power Pivot?
How we are doing Power Pivot?
Yes.
Yeah, Power Pivot also we would be learning in over here. See, you can see Power Pivot option over here. Are you able to see Power Pivot?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And here are the DEX measures that we can add. And here, if you want to manage it. Yeah, so similar to Power Query, Power Pivot is also very useful. Power Pivot was introduced around about in 2010 and 2010 version, and this Power Query from 2016 second update onwards, so it is available. But still, if you are using newer versions, you can use both Power Query as well as Power Pivot. Okay, any other questions?
यस सर
Yeah.
सर जैसे पावर अभी पहले तो मुझे डेटा जो है अपना नॉर्मल एक शीट में बनाना पड़ेगा टेबल, उसको फिर टेबल फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट करके मुझे पावर क्वेरी में अपलोड करना पड़ेगा। तो और जब वो जो पावर क्वेरी में मैंने अपलोड किया तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली एक नई शीट में मुझे डेटा मिलता है, तो इससे फाइल का साइज नहीं बढ़ेगा?
नहीं, आप चाहो तो डिलीट कर दो. इफ यू वांट यू कैन डिलीट इट. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड द क्वेरी ऑफ पवन? पवन इज सेइंग दैट when we load the data, it automatically creates a new sheet. So it is all depend upon the setting. If you don't want that setting to happen, you can just untick that setting and it would not load automatically. And if you want to delete, you can delete the sheet. And if you want to create that data over somewhere else, you can just create somewhere else.
So sir, this meant like in the same source file also we can make it, right? I mean, we can just override that data or what? I mean, since you're saying like we can delete that file, additional file which is getting created.
Additional sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can delete that. If you would be deleting that, then it would be showing only connection only. That means there is only connection. We have not loaded our data. And if you want to load the data, we can, even that option is available. We can also load our data.
Okay. And sir, my query is related to like, see, suppose I have two different Excel sheets, and they are containing some one Excel sheet having some columns like name and employee ID, okay, and another and the relevant data like their training statuses as per the column 1, 2, 3. And I also have the second worksheet. The first two columns are same, but rest others are totally different in the other sheet. So if can we do through the Power Query, if I delete a single row, a record from source of main file A, so it automatically in the second file that row will also get deleted. So can we make the connection likewise?
See, normally it happens with me that my clients often used to ask me whether this is possible in VBA. I tell that everything is possible in VBA. Similarly, what Anirudh you are asking is a simple question. So not only this, but even the complex things can be done by using Power Query.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. It is very powerful. You can do any type of transformation from it.
Okay.
See, मुझे फैन बनाना इतना आसान नहीं है. मैं अगर कोई चीज का फैन हूं या ना, आप समझ लो कि वो चीज क्या होगी. Because I do lot of research in it, and I have seen that we can do any type of transformation in it.
Okay.
Not only simple transformation like 2 or 3 sheets, but hundreds of sheets.
Okay.
And even if the column names are changing, even if the sheet names are changing, whatever may be, you can do any type of dynamic coding over here. Power Query is such an amazing tool that no other tool is even comparable to Power Query as far as ETL tool is concerned.
ETL tool is concerned. Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. And those people who are using Power Query, those students who are using Power Query after learning this, they are doing tremendous job in their company. Tremendous job. And this would not only help you to get promoted, but also when you would be shifting or migrating to a different job or different career or going higher in the ladder in management or wherever, even then it would be very valuable skill for you, because this would make you independent and this would make you a person who is seeked for. So people would always come to you and ask कि यार ये करके दो, वो करके दो, उस तरह से, like that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome.
Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pawan.
सर अभी जैसे आप अपने कोर्स का पूछना, कोर्स से रिलेटेड है कि जो डेटा आप बता रहे हैं, तो ये सिर्फ अपन पावर क्वेरी जो है एक्सेल से रिलेटेड पावर क्वेरी देखेंगे या डेटा अपन एमएस एक्सेस या किसी और सोर्स से भी डेटा अपन करेंगे?
No, we would be taking the data from SQL Server, we would be taking from MySQL, we would be taking from Google Sheet, we would be taking the data from internet. Internet also there would be multiple examples. We would be taking data from text files. We would be seeing how to combine the data together. We would be taking the data from multiple folders, multiple files, multiple criterias. So there would be many examples that you would be seeing.
कि वो अपना कवर में आएगा, कोर्स में आएगा ना?
Yeah. That is all part of
PDF.
the
सर PDF का कुछ है ऑप्शन इसमें?
PDF also. Yeah, I forgot, but PDF also. Array, we can do wonders. I have converted so many PDF and it is so breeze converting the PDFs with this.
ना एक्चुअली मैं PDF का इसलिए पूछा कि मेरे यहाँ पे जो भी काम आते हैं वो PDF में होते हैं उनके सारे. वो PDF बहुत ही अजीब ही होते हैं हमारे यहाँ.
Yeah. Just to give you one example, we all are filing returns, right? But your return and my return is different. Income tax return is different. Your is salary return, so you just need to give form number 16, and it is very simple, right? But my return is different because it is like business and profession, right? So I need to take the dump from my bank statement also, right? So I have account in Paytm Bank, but unfortunately they do not give the bank statement in a Excel file. they give in a PDF. So you can understand that how difficult it would be if we think of doing it manually to convert that into a proper readable format.
Right.
Yeah. So they have done everything to make our life difficult. Yeah. So I have thereafter I knew that this is going to happen every time. So I just created a Power Query for the same, and it converts without any error, 100% correct. Without a single error, it converts. And I get only that data that I want. There is a lot of garbage data also, no, along with they just provide for the information sake. So, but in our report, we just want the data that we need. So Power Query is extremely useful for that. If I would have done by using VBA, it would be too difficult for me. But by using Power Query, it became totally easy. Any other question?
Sir, so adding to what Pawan said, so if there is an invoice, so I belong to a finance domain.
Yeah. You can easily process the invoice. You can convert those invoice in a proper columns, and you can easily rearrange your data.
Okay.
But you cannot enter the data in PDF by using Power Query, because Power Query is just for reading purpose, not for writing purpose.
No, from PDF to Excel, or we need to extract the data.
Easily, you can do easily.
Okay.
You will be seeing that examples also.
Sure.
Actually, reading the PDF, we take this type of examples in Python also, because this can be done in Python also, everything. Like
yes.
Reading from the web, reading from the text files, reading from the Excel, and all the things can be done by using Python also. So Python is also a very good thing. It is also a good thing to learn, and this is also a very good thing. Now you would be thinking that I always praise everything, but what I can do, I just don't know. If they are good, then they are good. यार आप उसकी अपन बुराई तो नहीं कर सकते ना, अच्छी से अच्छी चीज है ये सब.
Yes.
True.
They are best things, yeah. Now see, if there are 4 handsome men and 4 handsome women in front of you, then you wouldn't stop admiring them, right? So they are good. It is given.
Right.
Yeah, it is like that.
True.
Yeah, so they are like very, very good thing. But one thing that I feel very strange is, even though they are extremely better, but still they are not like irreplaceable. Like if we are using Power Query is very good. Still we need VBA, right? VBA is very good, but still we need SQL. SQL is very good, but still we need Power BI, right? So all things are needed, even though they are best, but still they are needed.
Right.
Yeah. So the more skills you would be having, the more earning potential you would develop on yourself, and not only for the purpose of earning, but even the people who are having more knowledge, they are respected tremendously in the companies, and they are often seek for. And if the company decides to terminate employees, they would be terminating those employees who are less skilled, but those who are skilled would still stay in the company, because company know, अगर ये skill बंदे चले गए, then our company would become doomed, right? Yeah, so it is always better to learn multiple things. No doubt there is an investment of time, money and energy, but everything has a price, right? कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है ना?
Exactly.
उसी को बाजीगर कहते हैं. वो कौन सा था, याद है किसी को?
बाजीगर मूवी.
हाँ, बाजीगर मूवी का.
Yeah.
ठीक है, अभी याद नहीं आ रहा मुझे परफेक्टली वो क्या था उसका डायलॉग, लेकिन खैर आप लोग समझ गए उस चीज को. यू ऑल हैव अंडरस्टूड.
Yeah, little hazy याद आ रहा है वो actually. Exactly. ध्यान नहीं आ रहा.
कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है, कुछ खो के कुछ पाने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं, ऐसा कुछ था. एनीवेज, सो
जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं.
हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. Okay, so now let us go to the commercials. क्योंकि देखो अब कैसा ट्रेनिंग है तो फिर प्राइस तो रहेगी उसकी, है कि नहीं? तो यहाँ पे असल में इसकी फीस बताओ ना, द फीस इज एक्सट्रीमली रीजनेबल बिकॉज आवर नॉर्मल कोर्सेज फॉर 4 months आर एटलीस्ट 12,000, या बट द फीस ऑफ दिस कोर्स इज 10,000. I seriously want to increase its price to 12,000. The reason being it is so powerful. Earlier we have made 10,000 only because we wanted people to be encouraged to learn this thing, because we are ourselves a fan of it. We want everyone to learn. लेकिन हो क्या रहा है, इसकी फीस कम करके भी लोगों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि इतनी जबरदस्त चीज से सीखना चाहिए अपने को, है कि नहीं? अभी अगर कभी समझ लो कि कहीं पे अगर पैसे गिर रहे होंगे, अगर आपको पता चले कि भाई ये टावर के ऊपर से पैसे गिर रहे हैं, तो आप जाओगे कि नहीं वहां पे?
राइट.
तो यहाँ पे ये तो एकदम खजाना ही है. दिस इज द लाइक ट्रेजर. दिस इज लाइक ट्रेजर ऑफ डेटा. वॉट एवर यू नीड टू डू यू कैन डू दिस. So why people, I don't know why people are not serious about it, but yeah, I can think of one reason, because it should start, the spark should come from the companies. Like the more the openings would come of Power Query, the more people would be inclined to learn this, because people are learning Power BI, and Power BI is giving very good package, but they don't know. The recruiters don't know that Power BI, the main engine is Power Query. If you are doing Power Query, if you are doing Power BI, but you don't know Power Query, then there is no value of it.
Right.
Yeah, so that is something somewhere Microsoft need to market it well, so that people come to know, okay, this is so powerful thing that everyone should learn. So anyways, the fees is 10,000. Duration is 4 months. The fees can be paid in 2 installment of 5,000 and 5,000. And if you intend to get a discount, you can pay the fees in one go, and you would be getting 10% discount. In that case, you need to pay 9,000. And one more thing, after this class, after this session, we would be changing the fees to 12,000 for the obvious reason that कोई अच्छी चीज पाने के लिए कुछ अच्छी प्राइस भी देनी चाहिए, राइट?
राइट.
डिस्काउंट भी अभी काफी हो गया, अभी 2,000 हम लोग उसको नॉर्मल प्राइस पे कर देंगे उसको. तो खैर ये सब चीजें थी. और अपना फीस पेमेंट का जो लास्ट डेट रहेगा वो आज 27 तारीख है ना, तो दिस प्लस 6, so 2nd would be the last date to pay the fees. So you can opt for any option, either 9,000 or either 5,000, whatever you want. Okay, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, and it is very necessary to attend each and every lecture continuously. If you are joining a course, please do consider this course as a top priority. अगर आप इसको टॉप प्रायोरिटी दोगे तभी आपको हेल्प करेगी. अभी आप खुद ही देखो ना, अगर समझ लो कि एक हस्बैंड वाइफ है, अगर हस्बैंड अपनी वाइफ को टॉप प्रायोरिटी नहीं देता तो वाइफ खुश रहेगी? Would the wife would be happy if the husband doesn't give the top priority to his wife?
No.
There would be quarrels, right? Quarrels.
Right.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be able to enjoy the benefit of the companionship. So if you want to have a good companionship with the Power Query, then you need to apply the same principle over here. You need to give it a top preference, top priority. दूसरे काम है चलो जाने दो. We need to learn this because this would be making your career. See, I don't know when the boom would come of Power Query, but when people would be coming to know the importance of Power Query, there would be so many jobs for this. And you, in that case, you would be in a position to get your desired pay, right? होता है ना कई बार चीजें जो बूम हो जाती है तो फिर उनकी डिमांड चल पड़ती है.
Yes.
अभी भी है, लेकिन अभी ये हिडन है, अभी ज्यादा लोग जानते नहीं. लेकिन जब ज्यादा लोग जानेंगे इसके बारे में तो ट्रेमेंडस उसका वो शूट आउट होगा, ट्रेमेंडस. एनीवेज, So now I am done with all the points that I wanted to say. If any questions are there, please let me know.
सर ये every Saturday रहेगा, right?
Yeah, every Saturday from 11:15 till 2:15.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question?
I have one question. Like you said, we have to learn basic language like M language for this. So I would rate myself in Excel very less. So you will clear all, like you will teach us from basic, like we will be able to understand, right?
Yeah, from zero only.
Yes, because
Yeah. No need to worry, Monica, because the people who know us, like the students who know us, they know that everything we teach from the very
yeah,
first.
I know. I
Yes.
see some recommendation itself.
Yeah. So don't worry, Monica.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. Any other question?
I'm good.
Okay then. I hope I have answered every questions. So let's meet in the session then.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes.
And let's make us powerful in data crunching and data handling.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Bye
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
मिलते हैं.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.